You don't want a life. You want the body of the man who has it. But here's the truth you've been avoiding. You don't have the discipline to earn it. And society keeps lying to your face, telling you it's genetics. Let me break it down for you. Simple, raw, real. You ever look at an Olympic swimmer? Long torso, shredded abs, V-taper, and you think, damn, if I swim like him, I'll look like him. But here's where your mind gets brainwashed. You've confused cause and effect. You think swimming made him look like that. But in reality, he looks like that. That's why he became a swimmer. It's called the swimmer's body illusion. It's a psychological trap, a slick little mind trick, where you mistake the appearance of success for the process that created it. We do it everywhere. You see a ripped guy doing calisthenics on YouTube. You start copying his workout. You see a billionaire reading 10 books a month, and suddenly you're drowning in self-help PDFs. But what you don't see is this. You're copying the outputs of people who were selected by nature, pain, obsession, or raw trauma for the thing you're trying to imitate. You're not seeing what shaped that man. You're just seeing the statue, not the 1,000 hammer blows it took to carve it. And this is where most men lose. You try to follow a map drawn by someone who never started where you did. You start chasing results instead of confronting your reality. You think, if I just start swimming or reading or meditating, I'll become him. But the swimmer didn't become who he is because he swam. He became that because he had a brutal obsession with being better, because he was willing to sacrifice comfort, because he was running from something or towards something. Maybe heartbreak, maybe a father who never saw him, maybe pure rage. You don't get that body without a fire inside. And swimming, that's just the smoke you see on the surface. Let's talk Goggins. You see him today, ultramarathon beast, Navy SEAL, one of the hardest men alive. You think, if I start running every day, I'll be like Goggins. But you miss the part where he was 300 pounds, working as an exterminator, spraying cockroaches in fast food joints at 3 a.m., hating himself. You miss the part where his father used to beat him, where he ran on 2 broken legs during Navy SEAL training. Not for glory, but because he refused to be weak again. Goggins didn't become hard through running. He became hard because life beat the softness out of him. The running? That's just the symptom of his rage. You want that mental toughness? Then ask yourself this. Have you ever hurt enough to become dangerous? Because if not, you're not ready for what you're pretending to be. Let's keep it real. You see someone like Jeff Bezos in his prime, reading business books, working 16-hour days. You think, if I just do that, I'll be a billionaire too. But you didn't grow up like Bezos. You didn't spend your teenage years dismantling computers in your garage. You didn't have the vision to quit your high-paying finance job when everyone thought the internet was a joke. You can copy the action, but not the origin story. Same with gym brothers. You buy their supplements, copy their workouts, but you don't see the 10 years of insecurity, the breakup that shattered them, the pain that drove them to transform. You're using their map, but you're not on their road. I'll give you a real one. One of my boys, skinny kid from Detroit, failed every class in high school. Dad was in jail. Mom overdosed when he was 16. No guidance. Nothing. Everyone told him, you're never going to make it. So what did he do? He joined the military. Used the pain. Got disciplined. Started waking up at 4 a.m. No one clapped for him. No girl reposted his progress. Fast forward 4 years. He runs a security company. Drives a paid-off truck. Has scars in his heart, but steel in his spine. He didn't copy someone's path. He built his own, with blood and focus. You got pain too. You're just numbing it instead of sharpening it. Let's talk reality. You're 24, scrolling Instagram. You see a guy with a chiseled jaw, perfect abs, a lumbo, and girls in bikinis around him. You think, if I just eat like him, talk like him, work out like him, I'll live like him. Wrong. Because you don't have what built him. You don't have the 5 years of silence, the nights he slept in his car, the betrayal that turned his heart to stone, the tunnel vision. You're mimicking the symptom, not the sickness. It's like painting flames on a car and expecting it to go faster. You're decorating your weakness, not transforming it. Here's the switch. Instead of asking, what do successful men do? Ask, what did they survive? What pain did they swallow? What demons did they bury in their mind just to keep moving? You want a swimmer's body? Then maybe you need to suffer like a swimmer. Wake up at 4 a.m. Train with no applause. Bleed into the water while no one's watching. Not because it looks good on Instagram, but because you're building discipline that no algorithm can replicate. You want to look like a lion? Then you better learn to starve like one. Modern life sells you ease. It tells you you're enough, that your genetics are fixed, that you should love yourself as you are. But deep down, you know that's not for you. You're not here to be comfortable. You're here to become something savage. You feel it when you look in the mirror and hate what you see. When you close the laptop and your soul feels empty. When you walk past a stronger man and you feel small, not because he made you feel that way, but because you let yourself rot. That pain, that's the most honest thing you have. Use it. Turn it into fuel. Let it guide your rage toward building something no one can ignore. So here's the truth. The swimmer's body illusion is everywhere. It's the lie that says you can look the part without living the pain. But real men, they don't chase the look. They chase the struggle. Because they know the struggle is where the body, the mind, the life is forged. So next time you look up to someone, don't ask what he does. Ask, can I survive what he survived? Am I willing to bleed for it? Because if not, you'll stay exactly where you are, wishing you were him, instead of becoming someone other men fear becoming. Now shut this video off and go earn your pain.